Hi, Tim. I just wanted to know with all the inclement weather around and the possible pitch conditions, would you drop once winner and bring in Neil Wagner for this test match?
I guess those are the decisions that Steady and Kane are going to have to make in the next 24 hours. We've been hampered by the weather. We haven't been able to train, so yeah, I think they're going to try and get a look at the wicket this afternoon, and then they'll be able to make a decision. But as of yet, we're yet to go down and have a look at the wickets. So that'll be a decision that'll be made by Kane and Gary probably this afternoon.
Tim, looking at Shreyas's technique, the short ball has bothered him in the past. Do you think you guys underemployed the short ball tactic, and would you look to employ it more in this match, provided he plays?
He obviously played exceptionally well for someone to come in and play the way he did on debut and play with the confidence he did was brilliant. But yeah, I guess we got a little bit more information on him now. It's not that easy to I guess target someone with a short ball and on such slow surfaces. So yeah, we'll reassess our plans not only to him but to all the batsmen like we do in every series after the first test. So yeah, although he scored a lot of runs, there's still some quality players in that batting lineup that we do our homework on.
Thanks, Tim. Best of luck for the test.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Tim. Yesterday it rained in Bombay throughout the night, and the conditions could be overcast tomorrow morning. So will that be an advantage for the New Zealand Pacers going into the game?
Yeah, I guess with it being the wicket's probably been under covers again today. So yeah, that's something we're going to have to look at when we get down to the ground tomorrow. Hopefully Gary and Kane can have a look at the wicket this afternoon. But yeah, it's a different, I guess, lead into what we're all expecting. I don't think anyone's expecting too much rain in the lead in, but that's just something we're going to have to adapt to going forward over the next 5-6 days.
And Tim, New Zealand last played a test match at Wankhede in 1988. They defeated India by 136 runs. Will that be morale boosting for the team?
Yeah, I guess it's always nice when you hear of the history of the game and New Zealand doing well here. Yeah, it's a long time ago. So yeah, it's lots changed in that time, but yeah, our focus is on us going out and giving our best over the next 5 days.
Thank you.
Hi Tim, my question is obviously after the Kanpur test where you guys had a incredible show, earning a draw. How challenging does it get for a team when you don't get to train for a couple of days and you don't know how the conditions will behave? So, coming from that, how have you guys prepared? Because you also didn't train today at the indoors like India did. So, any particular how do you see it as a senior player of the team?
I guess, guys, just there's not much you can do about it. We're fortunate to have the last week, even the guys that weren't playing were able to train throughout the test match. So for us bowlers, it's actually been quite nice to let the body have a bit of a rest and freshen up ahead of another test match. But I guess you just as players you just back your previous experiences. You bank on some experience coming through that. Yes, you haven't had the ideal preparation, but that's no excuse. We've all played enough cricket to be able to front up tomorrow when you go out on the field. It's been the same for both sides. India obviously haven't been able to train outdoors either. So yeah, it's just something both sides will have to adapt to.
Abhishek there next. Or Anuj Mishra.
Tim, do you feel form of middle order is concern? It's a concern for you as New Zealand were down and out if Rachin and Tail hadn't bailed them out in the first test?
No, I don't think so. I think we've seen in this part of the world it can be tough to start, and there's periods for both sides where we're able to take wickets. You're able to take a few at a time, so it's not easy to start in these conditions. So we know that Henry Nicholls has scored runs in this part of the world before. Ross Taylor's experienced and knows this part of the world as well. And then you've got a couple of guys that haven't played a lot in this part of the world. So no, I don't think that's a concern at all. I think that they're all quality players and have shown they can perform at this level.
And Tim, just one I'm going to ask on behalf of Niharika. I'd like to know your views on the last wicket stand between Rachin and Ajaz, and do you expect to also find a bit of swing in Mumbai due to the rainy weather and possible moisture on the pitch?
I think it was a great effort for a guy on debut to show the calmness that Rachin was able to apply on the last day was great to see, and shows good signs going forward of a player that's not fazed by the situation of the game or the pressure of a game. So it was very pleasing to see, and Ajaz as well, who's still early on in his international career, been around for a long time. So I think having that steady head probably helped as well. He's played a lot of cricket, although not at this level, but he's played a lot of cricket at domestic level. But yeah, it was just great for those guys to hang on, and shows you the courage and the belief within this group.
And just on the swing that you potentially may get, or your thoughts on that, with a bit of obviously rain around and moisture on the pitch.
That's something we don't know too much about. We won't know if it's going to swing until we're out there. So that's just something we're going to have to adapt to as bowlers. You go and you're trying to assess the conditions as quick as possible, and that's no different. Yes, there's been a bit of rain around and the wicket being under covers, so it may offer a little bit more, but who knows? That's just something we're going to have to adapt to once we get out there.
Okay, unless there's anyone else there, we can potentially wrap that up.
Hi Tim. The New Zealand did remarkably well to come back in Kanpur. Does that mean that the momentum is slightly shifted towards New Zealand?
No, I don't think so. I think we can gain a lot out of our efforts in Kanpur and take that forward. But as a side, we know that last week's happened, and we're just looking forward to a new challenge here in Mumbai. It's guys would have got a lot out of being able to hang on for a draw, but turning up on day 5 and all 3 results possible was exciting, and I think it was great for Test cricket, and like I say, it was great for the belief in our side to be able to hang on there at the end. It's a new challenge awaits and over the coming 5 days.
Cool. Unless there's anyone else there, or Abhishek, have you got one more?
Tim, your lower order batted pretty competently against the Indian spinners in Kanpur. Could you just talk about the kind of preparation you bowlers have done against batting against spin in the nets?
Yeah, the guys knew spin was going to play a big role, obviously in this part of the world. So everyone's preparation was slightly different. Some of us were coming from the T20 World Cup, others were coming from a lot of cricket, the likes of Ajaz and Will Young and Ross and Will Somerville hadn't played any cricket. So it was great for guys to go out and play and show the courage that we did in that first Test match. It's a quality spin attack that India have, and we know we're going to have to be on top of our game in the coming week.
Okay, cool. I think we can